What's up YouTube, Koi51 here, time for another video, and this one is really exciting because it's like, take this news for a grain of salt. It did come out of nowhere. It isn't a sort of review, like a absolute confirmation, but it is sort of like deductive reasoning in a way, so like how Sherlock does his stuff. Take it with a grain of salt. It's not 100% confirmed by Atlas or Sega at this point, but it is something to really keep mind of, and it could potentially become real. And if it is real, you betcha I am excited for it, because this is sort of the news that we've been waiting for, and it's a possible, at this point, a Persona 5 release window has possibly been revealed. So it's pretty much just, you know, this article came out and I wanted to give it to you guys because that's why I'm here. That's why you're here, right? You wanted to know about Persona news? Well, we've got some Persona news, so I'm just gonna read it out. Persona 5, Atlus's upcoming RPG for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 was previously slated for a 2015 release in Japan and North America. I think it's referring to the old, like, I think it was last year's reports when the first trailer hit, not the official one, the one where it was what was it? It was the one where it was on the train where we saw Chair-kun at the time, which was his nickname, on the train, and before it was revealed that he was going to be the split personality, the Phantom, and all that stuff. I think it was that trailer that said it was 2015 for Japan. What people didn't know was it was actually 2015 for North America as well. So I think that's what it's referring to. So let's see. In the recent full year 2015 earnings release for Sega Sammy, the company that owns Atlus, Persona 5's release window has been revealed as an October to December 2015 launch, both in Japan and North America. So now keep this in mind. This is just a release window. This doesn't take into account if they're going to delay the game for any unknown reason. It's just something that they, at this point in time, planned. It's not something that's set in stone yet. It's not it has to come out this time, it has to come out this time. They're just saying, they're guesstimating that it's going to be around that time, which makes it way more exciting, because if this comes true, this is a chance for us to play Persona 5 this year. Not next year, not like Final Fantasy 15, which has been... who knows when that game's coming out. It's definitely not coming out this year. But we might actually get a chance to play Persona 5 this year. This is exciting. And like, I mean, we don't have any confirmation. Like, usually we get our confirmations from like a lot of sources, like the voice actors, and sometimes they slip that they're working on a certain project and stuff like that. Not in this case, because I honestly think that they can't really say much, even if they are working on it, because because most of the Persona 4 cast are working on Dancing All Night at the moment, so that totally means that they're pretty much busy and they can't really confirm anything yet. But unless they're already, like, of course, voice acting and the audio is done last. It's not the first thing that's being done. But this gives me a very positive outlook in which they're most likely translating the text side by side, like they did with SMT4, because they did this. This was the SMT4 was the first sort of time they actually did a localization side by side with the Japanese development, if I recall. Didn't save the fact that it didn't come to Europe for like God knows how, like a whole year afterwards. But again, it's a nice thing that they are putting in. They're putting a localization effort at the same time to get a simultaneous release. Now, keep in mind, this Persona is very much backed by Sony. It's the first one in which it's got an outright advertisement by Sony themselves. I mean, it was at their conference. They've mentioned it by name. They've introduced it on stage and everything. So I assume that Sony is also behind the helping of this localization process to make sure that the game comes out pretty much the roughly same date as Japan. Hopefully we don't have a same situation where we get the game a year after the Japanese release. So it's looking good so far. I mean, it's looking good that we've got so much backing from different companies. Sony, Sega really pushing for their overseas, like especially my last report, Sega really pushing for overseas sort of like distribution of both physical and digital. So Really cool stuff. Really excited. I'm gonna keep going. Sega Sammy's fiscal year 2015 ended in March 2015. The information of Persona 5's release window is apparent because Sega currently has four confirmed Japanese packaged game titles announced for the first and second quarters of their fiscal year 2016, inclusively from April to September 2015. Them being Hatsune Miku Project Mirai Deluxe, Stellar Glow, which I'm very excited for, Alien Isolation, which is kind of weird, the fact that they're getting it yeah, they're getting a bit late. Doesn't matter. Persona 4 Dancing All Night, again, June 25th, 2015, the Japanese release. So, Sega's fiscal year ending March 2016 forecast through the second quarter indicate that 4 retail games will be releasing in Japan during that period as well. So we've got the document right here. I'll have the link in the description below so you can check it out. Get your eyes on it. These are all numbers to me. I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at, but I see domestic, overseas totals, and a lot of like stuff like that. So if you guys know business, yeah, go ahead. I barely remember. I know video games, but I don't know much about business stuff like this. But one day I will. This means that Persona 5 is included in the full year forecast for the number of titles planned for release in Japan, and it will not release before September. Interesting. Sega's fiscal year 2016 fourth quarter represents January, February, and March 2016. Therefore, unless Persona 5 has once again been delayed into the next year in Japan, and they've recently stated that Persona 5 is still planned for a fiscal year 2016 release, it will be releasing under fiscal year 2016 Q3 or between October and December 2015. So they've narrowed it down to 2 possible time frames in which it can be released. And fiscal year 2016 Q3. Yeah, well, pretty much all between, yeah. So it's either those 2 really. But I want to believe, honestly, I want to believe that it is coming October and December 2015, because the game looks so polished already. It looks polished, but the only thing the last thing to do really is to voice act the cast and translate the game. Because it seems like they've got all the stuff down, they've got all the characters playing, they've got everything done. Whew, okay. Furthermore, for the North American market, the same conclusion can be made by comparing the already announced NA packaged game titles from April to September 2015 with Sega's release forecast. So, let's see. A lot of these games I'm really looking forward to. Absolutely looking forward to. So, the only problem is I live in Australia, so we follow the European release schedule. So this is very, some of these games will take forever before we came over here. But some of these games I can get straight away. But the only ones I can't get are the 3DS ones, which are the ones that I really, really want. But that's life. That's how region locking works, which is really unfortunate. Alright, so we got Hatsune Miku Project Mirai DX. I know nothing about this game. I'm assuming it's a rhythm game, or, maybe it's a Warriors game. I don't know. Project Mirai, Project Future DX. It's probably a rhythm game. Etrian Odyssey 2 Untold: The Fathian Night. I love the first Etrian Odyssey. I love Persona Q. So I'm looking forward to that one, absolutely. Dungeon Travelers 2. Now, this one I don't know much about, but I like the look of it. First-person dungeon crawling. So, for Vita, I want to support the Vita, so first day buy for me. Lost Dimension, I'm getting this for PS3 I don't know. I do want it for Vita, so I can carry it with me, but I do like the PS3 version. I do like having the best possible version, just so I can record it and stuff like that. Potentially for some future videos. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do with this channel yet. News is going to keep going, no matter what. So, all of these are summer 2015. The Gekibuko Flying Climax. This game, I swear, I honestly thought we would never get this. I know it was Sega, but man, how? Interesting. You know, the thing that would blow me away with this game, they added English dub. It feels like the most impossible thing to do. They do it, holy shit. Crap. Not possible. They do it. Sega, you did something that shatters everyone's expectations, like Toma. Stellar Glow. This one I'm looking forward to. I love RPGs, so I really love the look of this, and it's the, I don't know, it just looks so good. It's the I think it's the Luminous Arc team's latest game or something like that. But I love Luminous Arc. I love Arc-Rise Fantasia actually, which is unfortunate that that game didn't really do well. I wanted a sequel, but that voice acting, yeah, it's really something. So Legend of Legacy, I don't know what that is, so I can't really comment on it, but it sounds interesting. Now, there are 2 unaccounted for, potentially Total War and or Warhammer titles, and Stellar Glow and Legend of Legacy are not confirmed for an April to September release. However, it is safe to say that given the Japanese launch window, Persona 5 will release in October, November, or December 2015 in North America. Again, this is unless the game has been delayed after its previously confirmed 2015 release. That was from the trailer. So, what do I think of this news? Well, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely something that a lot of us Persona fans just absolutely like. You know, we became a detective and pretty much just pieced together information that could potentially be true. Does this make it a official confirmation? No, it's not an official confirmation. It's just something that a lot of us online sleuths really analyzed and pretty much just are predicting at this point. It's a very good prediction. I'm not saying it's a bad prediction, it's just a good prediction, but a prediction nonetheless. So this isn't a confirmation or anything like that, so we'd have to wait until an official one. But just by sheer chance that this is real, oh my god, this is amazing news. Like 2015, considering that Dancing All Night was like, well, Dancing All Night, the American version, was going to be released this year no matter what. So having it being really close to that as well is very good time to be a Persona fan. So I can't wait for more information. I really hope that this is real, but again, it's something I have to take with a grain of salt, like a grain of like salt, sand, whatever it is. It's falling through your fingers, because at this point it's just a prediction. It's not a confirmation, because it could just potentially be pushed to next year as well. And of course, for me, if I wanted to buy it from Europe, it's going to take even longer. But since this game is on PS4, I can just import that shit, baby. All good. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What do you guys think? Do you think that this is real? Do you think this is legit news? Do you think this is some prediction like me? Sound off in the comments below. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Koi51 out. Have a nice day.